Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The drastic change in Mark Consuelos' health has shocked his loved ones and admirers. Incredulity. What does this mean for the future of the couple's relationship? We will explore the details of Kelly Ripa's quick reaction in the upcoming emotional journey, so be sure to check in. It is important that you not miss this heartwarming update. My bras last for years because I don't wear them very often. You understand that I don't have high expectations for them. Hi, Kelly. Ripa doesn't care if you find her morning TV jokes about bras and bust sizes annoying. Thank you very much. During Wednesday's Live with Kelly and Mark, she mentioned a friend from her youth and one of her favorite subjects, bras. Today, bras are available for everyone. Ripa claims that most people are unaware of the length of time bras have been around. And when I say bras, I don't simply mean mine. She went on to say that because they haven't been used much, hers are most likely thousands of years old. I hope my request isn't too much. I hope you understand that. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Since I don't actually wear a bra, its main purpose is to hold my microphone in place. I wear one for that reason alone. I have no other use for it. If this irritates you, I could not care less. Give it up, Ripa said to the crowd. However, because all I do is strap a microphone to my bra, I don't get many requests. Co-host Mark Conwell sat with his arms crossed and smiled while his wife, Ripa, ridiculed her bust size on TV. One man bowed his head and chuckled as the camera moved to the studio crowd after Ripa finished speaking. Ripa added that his old favorites had front snaps and that he was excellent at the job as Consuelos carried on the talk. To the audience's screams and applause, he said, "I was really impressed. It was unbelievable to me." Ultimately, this man is quite knowledgeable about bras. In addition, Consuelos joked that her bras look like tank tops. Ripa noted that the ancient Greeks wore underpants before delving into a historical analysis of bras. She also mentioned medieval breast sacks from the region of Austria. Ripa and the Conwells had previously ridiculed her enormous bust on live television. In July, while working out, Consuelos and her spouse joked that she needed a vest too small for a child. Then her husband pitched the onlookers on a job. Ripa told the witnesses in the crowd that this was the case. Thanks to syndication, viewers can watch Kelly and Mark live every day of the week. Check the listings to see when it airs in your area. Hello, Kelly. Ripa was quite explicit on the most recent Kelly and Mark episode. It's all up to you if her brass-related morning TV chat annoys you. She doesn't care about it at all. When Ripa transformed a potentially stupid comment into a full-fledged trick using her signature quick wit, self-mockery, and a wink towards the camera, the entire studio erupted in laughter. Her ability to transform ordinary events into must-watch television broadcasts is demonstrated by the fact that her husband, Mark Conwell, buried his face in shame. Alright, let me tell you about Kelly. She has never distinguished herself as a performer by employing half-lines or subtle phrasing. Her comic style relies heavily on being open and vulnerable. But support team, pay attention. She launched into a history of bra riff, clearly confident. That confident, I'm going to talk about bras, chest size, and microphone placement. If that makes you uncomfortable, I won't make the required changes. The result was endearing and humorous, and it was the type of approachable celebrity case that morning TV adores. An innocent enough way to establish the tone, the show opened with a charming story about a childhood friend. However, displaying her quick associative wit, Ripa changed the subject to bras, which she derisively called one of her favorite things. Bras are now accessible to everyone. In an instant, the studio was on high alert. Then came a typical Ripa performance, full of one-liners, corny and almost sarcastic, which made Mark and the audience laugh uncontrollably. Her theory was hilarious. Many people are unaware of how long bras have been around. She quickly clarified that she was referring to bras in general, not simply her own. The joke worked well because she gave the idea that she was a co-conspirator with the audience rather than a host delivering a speech. Conversations that are informal, laid back, and personable. She acknowledged that her bras were probably ancient and rarely worn, and you could practically hear the entire studio giggling, a mix of lighthearted amusement and mischievous taunting. When she stated that the primary function of her bra is to support her microphone, she once again showed her disdain. This time, however, she meant it. I have nothing else to support myself, therefore aside from that one candid admission, I don't wear a bra. No one made fun of Ripa. To an impeccable degree, she personified her entire brand. She dismantled the bra precisely, turning it into a piece of stage equipment with no utilitarian, sexual, or cultural value. Ripa portrayed herself as an object of pure reality, in contrast to the majority of morning TV broadcasters who are romanticized depictions of the ideal home life. It was an act of severe anti-glamour humor. Her co-host and husband, Mark Consuelos, made a crucial countermove as the audience was processing everything. As stated in the passage, he sat with his legs crossed and chuckled. But this sounded nothing like the uneasy laughter of a husband ashamed of his wife's openness. The calculated composure of the humorous companion was evident. He said, "The ones with the front snaps were my previous favorites," expressing his own viewpoint. He remained on subject. For him, things were becoming worse. This pivotal dynamic is what makes the Kelly and Mark era so engrossing. There are multiple hosts and co-hosts on the show. It's a marriage indeed. The audience's function has expanded beyond simple observation. They are what Ripa has called an audience of eyewitnesses. They watch as the hosts playfully joke about with one another at a dinner party. Consuelos used the front snap comment to interact with the audience. As absurd as she is, I totally agree with it. This is my version of events, by the way. He didn't mean to offend when he said that her bras were more like tank tops. Everything was in place for the incredible sound of Ripa's next riff. After taking his tank top cue, she didn't back down. Resorted to the absurdly academic, offering a history of braziers in brief. This particular motion is characteristic of Ripa. Her command of the high-low comedic swerve is unmatched by anyone in the midday slot. She can switch from a self-deprecating, introspective confession about her body and a somber, impersonated lecture about breast sacs from the middle age with ease. The original study noted that while the content is absurd on its own, the humor is found in the assurance with which it is delivered. Right then, she was playing the role of a solemn host while delivering a historically accurate segment. This gesture of seriousness on top of the subject's complete absurdity sends the entire studio into a frenzy. She knows it is ridiculous. Everyone in the audience finds it amusing. It is ridiculous, and Mark knows it well. She begins with a simple anecdote about her early years, but as she gives the part her whole attention, it becomes an odd, phony educational aside about old undergarments. This is precisely what occurs when her spouse is present. Former co-hosts might have responded to this type of riff with a courteous, slightly perplexed laugh, but with Consuelos, it becomes a duet. His role is that of the handsome stableman who loves her and is constantly annoyed by her in a charming way. He truly captures the feelings of the audience. By hiding his face, he was allowing the audience to laugh with him, not at her. This Brel is the ultimate representation of Ripa's total control over her domain. She has almost 20 years of experience and is the most knowledgeable person about her position on stage. She is not required to memorize lead-ins or conduct courteous interviews with celebrities. Simply be Kelly. That's what she does. Kelly, on the other hand, is incredibly self-aware, has lightning-fast associative thinking, and is totally unfiltered. She has put a lot of effort into building a relationship with her audience in which nothing is prohibited. She weaponizes self-deprecation to make a strong statement about her lack of support and how she wears her bra as a tool belt. Paradoxically, she radiates a great deal of authority. "I am so confident that I can dismantle my own vanity live on air for your entertainment," she tells the audience. The very fact that she is modest makes her endearing. While rival programs offer meticulously constructed perfection, Ripa offers realistic, amusing chaos. As further reports surfaced, she concluded by telling any aggrieved viewers to shut it down or release it, which was not an act of hostility. The final wink was this one. It was the confident elegance of a performer who is totally comfortable with herself. The number of witnesses that will be present for this is unknown. Rather than disregarding it, it is not the culinary segments that they watch. They wait to see how Kelly Ripa turns a dull Wednesday morning into an unexpected, charming, and funny talk about the history of bras. Actor Mark Consuelos, who starred in Riverdale and All My Children, has had a dramatic downturn in his health, which has left his wife and co-host, Kelly Ripa, in a state of worry. According to people close to the marriage, Mark's health has been fast declining, and everyone is worried about the situation. The couple, who have been a mainstay on television, have shown fans snippets of their affectionate connection both on and off screen. But according to new information, Mark's condition is even worse than originally believed. The news has clearly rattled Kelly, who is known for her cheerful and positive attitude, and she has found it difficult to keep her normal cool. Their followers are alarmed by Mark's health concern and have been posting prayers and supportive comments on social media in droves. According to reports, the situation has overwhelmed Kelly, who is never one to hold back when expressing her feelings. The couple's relationship, which has always been a source of support for them both, is currently being put to the test in unexpected ways. Kelly has temporarily stepped away from anchoring live with Kelly and Mark while fans wait for more information regarding Mark's health. According to sources, she is putting her family first and spending as much time as she can with Mark. Many have always found inspiration in the couple's journey together, and now the world is watching them as they navigate this difficult period. For more information on this tragic circumstance, stay tuned.